An apology is long overdue for all my subscribers. For the delays for the Tokimimi fanfiction episodes I started over a decade ago. I kept abandoning it. I'm sorry for falling behind, sorry for keeping you waiting, for failing you, for making promises I haven't carried through. I should have cancelled the project back then instead of keeping you in limbo. I rushed pieces of artwork. I've used freaking scenes from Terminator 2. I mean, it was a cringy mess. I started this project back when I was in high school, and for some reason the story resonated with me. And despite only seeing 4 of 52 episodes, I decided to continue the story. And evolved into, like I said, a cringy mess that it is. I neglected it, and over time I lost more and more interest to continue. The characters matured with me. The story grew more complex with time. It ended up being too much. The project was being too much, and I just gave up on it. But I don't like projects that are incomplete. Sometimes it's best to abandon projects and just declare it failed, um, and just leave it. I don't think that's right though. I am going to tell you the rest of the story, episode 54. And I know where we go again in Winter. How long is it going to be wait this time? A year, 3, maybe another decade to put out, what, 5 minutes? Well, no, I'll tell you right now. Episode 54. The story left out with Ishigo meeting Nyayo in a public place where Nyayo is further provoking her into a fight, accusing the Milky Way of ruining a piece of heaven in their galaxy. Ishigo is a bit friends, so she doesn't quite want to fight here. Two friends looking at her confused. Of course, she cannot tell them anything, and engaging in a fair fight right now would leave them asking more questions. Ishigo simply let the provoking continue until Nyayo seemingly got bored and walked off. Ishigo and her friends basically continued down the street, and she just brushed her off as some crazy local person before parting ways. After this ordeal, Ichigo sees that there's option. She doesn't have much of an option. She has to meet force with force. She's the queen of a galaxy, and she cannot and must not, under any circumstances, look weak. She returns home, grabs a black mask uh, to hide her face, and a katana, and goes on hunt for Nyayo. Shortly confronting her on a public street, where she tells Nyayo she's to leave the planet and the galaxy immediately. Of course, this is met with laughter, and shortly after, the two engage in a duel in the street. Now, of course, this was frightening enough for the public nearby, and it proved especially frightening when the katanas they were using were cutting through reinforced concrete pillars like butter. After a few minutes, they only managed to inflict surface wounds to each other, and even the military was about to get involved. They broke it off. Nyayo fell off rapidly, and Ishigo flew off rapidly. And Ishigo basically outrun those pesky humans. After all, you don't rule the freaking galaxy with a few upgrades without a few upgrades like that. Later on, Nyayo reassessed her position. She started to see the workings of this new queen as she can start planning around them now. She decided to go to Ichigo's house once again to see if she could pass off as just a friend to her mom. Her mom, not knowing anything about her, welcomed her in. And when Ichigo saw that once again was trying something, she was puzzled. Surely she must have understand how she's a powerful queen, so why push it? During the stay here, the TV was on, and a piece of interesting news came on of a certain fight between two people. Yes, that fight. And luckily, the news coverage happened to focus more on Nyayo's face. Ichigo's mom was out of the room, was heading back and the fear of being discovered, Nyayo quickly turned off the by shooting the power cable with her pistol in the silencer mode. Well, pistol was in silencer mode. Having a close encounter like this of being discovered, she realized something. It's highly unlikely that Ichigo is the only one she has to worry about. Everyone in proximity is upgraded or guarded. She has no ill will to hurt anyone other than Ichigo directly, but that doesn't mean her actions will not be perceived as such. Politely excused herself to head out. Ichigo's mom said goodbyes and hurried into the kitchen to check on the oven. On Nyayo's way out, Kishigo quickly closed the front door, wedging her tail between the frame and the door. Due to Nyayo being seen from this position from the house, but Ichigo not being seen when holding the door shut, she was kind of unable to do anything that would give her away. Ichigo used this opportunity to remind you and demand her that she's to leave the galaxy before pressing the door more in and cracking one of her tailbones and letting go. Walked back to her motorcycle, fuming and quiet. She re-cracked the bone and left. This was officially a war now. Nyayo sent an electronic message to Ichigo that the two of them are to meet at Tokyo Bay and finally settle this one-on-one duel. Nyayo had rallied her troops, the was order in the stand in case someone intervenes again, and Ichigo has done the same, stressed that they are to stand down. The two had met at sunset on Tokyo Bay on the riverfront. The order has used a clever trick to clear the area of onlookers and keep them away without attracting attention. A severe someone would be so concerned with private duel and pick up in such a public place, but I guess to each their own. Now is in full war gear. A katana, a belt-fed light machine gun, and in the other hand. She goes in katana and stuff, and once again they line up, walk toward each other, and walk past, and then attack. She go through her blade back at Nyayo threw her blade back at Ichigo, who dodged it, and a duel ensued. The two sides using more katana than anything else. At one point, Mint cannot contain herself, rushes to aid Ichigo. At that point, she gets stabbed in the neck with a sword and shot in the face by one of the Order's members. However, she survives. Remembers the Unrelated thing? Yeah, that. Consider this new project 2.0. After Mint is helped off the battle area by the rest of the project, the two continue the duel, during which Ichigo takes a swing at Nyayo. As she ducks to dodge it, her long hair gets made into what we would know as a bob cut. She's most certainly not happy with this, showing her anger in the ferocity of the fight as it went on from this point. The fight raged on, it got interrupted again, but as before, a newcomer this time. As the two rivals locked swords with son was suddenly broken up by a young Catwoman. She was the daughter of one of the greatest swordmakers in this galaxy cluster. The two looked at her in shock and confusion, but she simply said, "If you may direct your attention over to the harbor, we have more pressing issues." She directed her hand at the harbor, and all of them looked to see something new. A portal. A portal started to open over the bay. Now, portal technology is quite widely used amongst those who can afford it. This was the first working version developed, and thus there will be here I will have to sidetrack to explain it. This was the first working version developed for portal technology. And it's actually very easy to create a tunnel, or more specifically a wormhole through space from a point to spot to destination with relatively high accuracy. What is difficult is keeping the ends of the wormhole open, because uh, what those openings are essentially most quite unnatural thing, most unnatural thing in the universe, and they're hard to keep in existence. They do occur naturally, but they usually are small and they collapse quite quickly. So this portal technology uses specially formulated metallic powder on both ends of the portal. This keeps it open. The powder is formed into a gyrating ring to hold the ends open. These rings must be kept in a gyrating position to hold the portals open. If they are disturbed too much during forming or after forming, the whole opening will collapse immediately, along with the tunnel itself. But that happens at a much slower rate. And there's the key, the metal powder ring. Nyayo saw that the portal openings starting to form, and she was freaking out, as she had a hunch on who was about to come through it. Meanwhile, the cat woman who broke up the fight asked for Ishiko's sword, explaining who she is. With some hesitation, Ishiko handed it over, and the woman began inspecting it carefully. She further clarified her father makes these swords, and she's on hunt to find out who makes forgeries. The steel used in these swords is very, and I mean very, special. It is biologically alive. The steel is enhanced with a special biotech um, that allows the sword to constantly repair and sharpen itself down to the thickness of an atom. She determined that Ishiko's was indeed real, which is very good, because they are going to need all the help they can get for the battle to come. It is at this point I feel I must honor a little tradition I have created with these fanfic videos, and play a song which I would have found cool at the time, but is beyond cringy at this point. And that's enough of that, as my cringe-o-meter is already being overloaded. Now, it is at this point that Sergo, who is the pilot of the Order's one and only super heavy walker unit, shows up out of breath and without his walker. He was running, essentially. He explained that he's out of fuel and only stops to comment on Nyayo's new haircut. Bad choice, as she punches him before the Catwoman once again reminds them they're about to have visitors. Now comes herself enough to sends off Sergo and a few Order members to get the walker back in operation. Now it turns to Mint. She's the only member amongst the two groups who can fly on her own accord, and asks her to help. Needless to say, she is a bit more hesitant, and when she asks why should she, now simply just yells, she just has to trust her, with a facial expression that actually convinces Mint to take a chance with her. They both took off toward the portal opening while everyone else got ready, as one can get when you don't know what you're about to be fighting. The two of them line up on opposite ends of the ring. They fly up to a ring and they fly on opposite ends, and they on Yar's mark they fired into the ring at regular intervals in hopes of disturbing the powder. After several minutes of trying, it became evident this was to no avail. Flew back to the waterfront and process grabbed me by the freaking hair and to get our dodge as quickly as possible. And sure enough, as the two reached their destination on the harbor front, the ring stabilized and opened a portal, releasing a pile of ships straight to the bay. Sergo got ordered to fire and destroy anything coming out of the portal, which he had been itching to do ever since he set up foot on this planet. Perhaps it wasn't the best him 150-ton walker that fires a gun, that has a gun that fires 57 million rounds, that up to 10,000 rounds a minute. But when you're outnumbered every single combat you engage, it's very nice to know you have the Hulk on your side. Basically, he got the Hulk smash order from the Avengers, if I may use that reference. At times like these, your greatest enemies can be your best allies. Now, really, think about it.